170 pounds. He trains with G-Mag and comes to us from Rainsville, Alabama. Please make welcome Sam McAlpin.
Oh, that sounds like Sam's got a little bit of a fan base here.
His record is 2-0.
Well, we always know the Spartan family turns out for all their fights, so I expect this roar to be fairly loud and sound.
Spartan Fitness in Birmingham.
Oh,
there it is.
Oh, we show up now.
Please make welcome Quadarrius McGinnis. Andy Law will be referee for this fight.
Just the way Sam's body language is, I expect him to come out pretty fast. Really.
Absolutely. Looks like he has a lot of nervous energy out there. He looks like he can't wait to get out there and get mixed up a little bit.
Already throwing a kick, not wasting time trying to feel things out. Sam definitely being the aggressor at this moment. It's important to be the aggressor, I guess, maybe at some point, but it's also important just to be cautious as you really don't know much about the guy that you're facing as far as how quick he is and how much power his punches really have in them.
Man, you know, I think Q's gonna be the better athlete here, but you know, Sam isn't having a problem letting his hands go. I know they're clinched up right now, but it's because, you know, I think that Sam was letting his hands and his kicks go, touch Q a couple times. And like I said earlier, this is a good position early in your career. You can let the fight settle down, slow down, regain your composure, and do some damage and work from here as well.
You know, you keep talking, Eric, as we have the fight, you keep talking about being in good positions to learn. As an amateur, I would say it's more important to learn than to absolutely win. Everybody loves to win, but the most important, nobody cares about what your amateur record ever was.
100%. I keep telling everybody the main part of being an amateur is to learn to be a pro. So if you lose 6 fights and you win 7, if you learn from those 6 losses, that's the most important thing. I don't care if you go 10-0, if you didn't learn the things you need to and you're not as good of a pro, it was an unsuccessful amateur career.
Quadarrius here now in kind of the half guard. Sam's trying to fight to keep him from advancing. Notice that Quadarrius now has a little bit of pressure in his head locked in. They're just letting him know, hey, I've got a little weight and I'm here. Just don't forget about me.
One thing I'm noticing Sam is doing that I think is keeping him in a bit of a problem is he keeps continuing to try and strike from a negative position. He's not trying to get into a better position like he did right there before he was trying to throw strikes, and it's keeping him in a bad spot.
Man, you know, the problem that Quadarrius presents is that, one, he's a well-coached jiu-jitsu player and grappler, and 2, he's so much longer. So it's harder for Sam to scoot out from underneath him because he's running into arms and legs, and he also has a long torso as well.
Being so long, he's able to have a little bit more leverage to have top pressure and just to suffocate and smother his opponent while he's in this top control here.
Absolutely, and he's doing a good job with the ground and pound. I'd like to see him posture up, sit back on his heels, or stand up like he is, watch for the armbar.
Sam trying to go for the armbar.
And it's a good time to pass the guard. And
is it announcer Eric or Coach Eric at this moment?
Now he's in a really dominant position.
Oh, now he's
transitions over the mat. Yes. He's got the good head and arm choke right there. He could go for the finish right there. This is a nasty spot.
Oh, saved at the buzzer.
Man, if that fight would have went another 20 seconds.
Oh, I think if it went another 2 seconds, that thing might have been over.
That was really close. Definitely that round goes to Quadarrius. You know, it's funny at the weigh-ins yesterday. You know, Quadarrius' last name is McGinnis, so we always call him the Irish. You know, if you look at Quadarrius, he's definitely not Irish. But then Sam walks up as I'm screaming the Irish, and he definitely looks Irish.
Red hair,
so, you know, I think that people thought that I was, you know, cheering for him, but when in all actuality, it was definitely for Quadarrius.
Yeah, I like what you said. I would like to see Quadarrius sit up a little bit more and get some actually leverage when he throws those punches. I think a couple of those punches could change the course of this fight in the night. Sam, he needs to do a better job of, he's just throwing little punches in there. They're not really doing any damage and it's keeping him in a bad position.
Yeah, something interesting in the corner of Spartan. Their head coach, Chris, wasn't doing it, but the assistant coach was actually on the mat, laying down, illustrating something on the mat, laying down during the...
Absolutely, showing it's a teachable moment right here.
On the job training. I don't think Sam's really too worried about much. He's over here giving me the thumbs up and waving over here to me, so I think he needs to check back into this fight and
maybe
try to win this
a little
round.
bit, Eric.
Maybe. There you go. Now you see Quadarrius opening up a little bit, straight 1-2s down the pipe.
Already sliding around to possibly take the back of Sam.
If he just shrugs him forward and sinks his hips
there we
back.
go.
He just appears to be way too athletic and strong right now for Sam. Just kind of threw him around like a rag doll right there.
Oh, man, those knees, if he keeps delivering those knees to the ribs like that, now Sam doing a pretty good job blocking them, but if he can deliver those knees, those can be some devastating blows.
Sam needs to worry about getting out of this position and getting to a better position and stop with those little kidney strikes because they're not doing much. He's not even going to, Quadarrius isn't even going to feel those tomorrow. He needs to start digging underhooks, get to his hip instead of being flat on his back like he is because you just can't move very well when you're flat on your back. He's got to be on his hip and on his side.
Couldn't agree more. There's no leverage from those punches. I'll take one good punch that Quadarrius can throw compared to 10 or 15 of those at Samson. He's throwing little nothing punches. More of it's almost like a gnat.
Quadarrius now working on the submission.
And there goes the submission right there. And look, if you haven't noticed, Quadarrius' facial expression hasn't, I say that, he does some kind of weird little chicken dance. I'm not really sure what to call that.
Your coach, Eric, giving you the thumbs up.
That puts Spartan at 2-0 on the night.
You're not biased at all, are you?
Man, I just know what my guys are bringing to the table, man. I train with these guys, I bleed with these guys, I sweat with these guys. And I know, and I've been fighting with Chris for a long time here, so man, I just know how we get down and what we bring to the table. We always show up come fight night, so no surprise that Quadarrius was able to get a win over a seasoned vet like Sam.
Now we're about to go to the cage to Lance to get the official decision here now.
Ladies and gentlemen, round 2, a minute and 4 in. This bout has been called to a halt. Heelot submission, your winner, Quadarrius McGinnis.
Chris in the ring with our victor.
Mixed martial arts. I could go home and whine and cry, but what kind of, what does that show my kids, So if you're not training, get into training. Everybody make sure you're praying for Walt and his family. Thank you to my family for coming out. I love you guys.
All right, thank you. Quadarrius, you had a very tough match right there, good victory. Can you walk us through the submission? I've seen some of your guys trying this. Is this something that you guys really do at your gym a lot, or walk us through the submission for me?
We work everything in our MMA gym, and the Armor Commons was there. He was not paying attention, get distracted by his corner, and that was pretty much it.
What do you do? You got a good support system here. Everybody's here to watch. I love it. 3-0 now. What do we want to see next from you, Bubba?
We had to be 3 to get that title, that 170 title.
Love it. Can't wait to see you fight again. Thank you. Good luck to you, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Quaalude, please give him another round of applause.